story basically revolves around the Czech village of Lidice, a small mining village outside Prague, that in the Second World War, as retaliation for a senior SS officer being assassinated, the Nazis totally destroyed the village.
On the one hand, it's a very sad story. It's a very sad story as to what happened to the people of Lidice. But then it's a heartwarming and it's a very inspirational story with regard to how the people of Stoke-on-Trent, people who didn't know anyone from Lidice, didn't really probably at that time know too much about the Czech Republic, but got in touch because they had the humanity to do something about it.
The miners of Stoke-on-Trent came together to raise the money to start the rebuilding of the village. And actually, speaking to people in the Czech Republic, without that initial fund, it wouldn't have got rebuilt at all. So it's a proud story for Stoke-on-Trent to share, really.
On June the 9th, 1942, on the command of Adolf Hitler, an SS task force set about wiping the small Czech mining village of Lidice off the face of the earth. The village was burned to the ground. All 173 men in the village were rounded up and shot, and the women and children sent off to concentration camps. Later that year, here in Stoke-on-Trent, my parliamentary predecessor, Sir Barnet Stross, launched a movement that would connect the hard-working people of the Potteries with those suffering under Nazi occupation in Czechoslovakia.
Takže si myslím, že když se jim to bude připomínat a říkat, že určitá část lidí z celého světa.
So I'm always interested in sharing Stoke-on-Trent stories, and it's one that everyone in the city should be proud of. And we're really proud to have Stoke City on board, helping us to share that and helping us to get the message across to as many people as possible that this story happened, and it's something that should be part of the city's conscious.
So when we were approached by it, you can't help but be moved by the story. We were approached by it and we thought, yes, we can add something to this. We can help with the funding, but more importantly, we can help with the marketing of it and therefore the number of people who become aware of this great story.
The real help is going to come sharing, using the Stoke brand to get as many people as possible watching the film. We're really targeting high school age children, and that having Stoke to help us share the message is going to be a lot more effective than if we try to do it ourselves.
We all at school learn about the events of the Second World War, and they tend to be fairly horrific events, and yet here's one that's so relevant to the people of Stoke-on-Trent that all school children, whether it be their parents, their grandparents, their neighbours, their friends, they probably know that there's probably been someone in their history who was involved in this and played a part in this. And so I think it's a story that it would be a wonderful achievement if we were able to get this story out so all the school children in Stoke-on-Trent become aware of this very, very proud piece of their history.
To build a pride in the city, you can look at the heritage, and that will actually help inspire the future, and that's our goal with all our documentaries, really. And we think that this is a story that can help people think, from Stoke we can achieve something. Look at what was done when people had very less money than they've got now, and they still found enough to make this happen.